question for you. So, can you hear me?
Zippers, if you're talking, you
Zippers are
Hang on one sec.
We don't have strong rules, but we don't like it for sure.
yeah, I mean, not cool.
Is it touched?
Yeah, still can't come through, unfortunately. Maybe try leaving and coming back.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I won game 1, and the opponent isn't showing up for game 2. I got a picture of him saying, "Take both wins. I don't care. You're a clown." Can I go ahead and just record that as 2 of them?
Yeah, absolutely. We will also let's. Who was your opponent? Because I want to make sure we're monitoring that in case he is hostile to.
Anthony Sanchez, table
What
48.
table were you? Anthony Sanchez, table 48. Okay.
Can you
yeah,
let
me.
a screenshot of that too, Zippers?
Yeah.
Do you want me to
'cause
send
we
a
wanna-
screenshot?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, who should I send it to?
Send it to Speedy.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely don't like that kind of. We're trying to promote a friendly environment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll definitely.
That's actually
that.
surprisingly,
I mean-
that's the first time I've ever run into that in person or
Yeah,
online
same.
with this game.
Yeah, well, luckily it's a rare thing, so that's good,
Yeah.
But yeah, I do apologize that you had to
Oh,
experience that. That is definitely not.
I'm
what
not
we
worried
want.
about it at all. I was just curious. I've been called much worse. Trust me, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. But yeah, go ahead and give yourself the win.
But if there's
clearly your
other
opponent's
kids
still.
that play the game, they don't need to deal with that.
Exactly. But yeah, go ahead and give yourself the win. Clearly, your opponent is on tilt.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I'm gonna pop back up to
Yeah,
the
no problem.
regular
Yeah,
chat.
just send that screenshot to Speedy before you bounce.
I will. I just sent you a Speedy message. I'm trying to get to my messages. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, Speedy, not Sleepy. Is it Speedy or Sleepy?
No, yeah. Speedy.
You can click on my name in here.
Okay, one sec.
Jude, do you have a question?
No, I was just watching just the live stream that you have or something going on.
Yeah, we're watching for slow play. You can stay, just mute yourself.
Okay.
There's Speedy. There you go, Speedy. Thank you, guys. See you in a little bit.
For sure. Good luck, bro.
Thank you. Best of 2 is rough. There's got to be a better answer to the play draw.
Well, definitely email Ravensburgers your opinions and let it be heard,
Yeah, I think so. It's weird. I know I don't mean to bug you guys, but we were playtesting, a group of mine, and we played close to 200 games, and we tried this mode where the player that went second could have the option, instead of drawing a card, they took the top card of their deck and put it into their inkwell. So they got an extra ink, but they missed a draw step, and the games felt so much more even throughout those 200 games. The only card that was a little bit overpowered was One Step Ahead, because One Step Ahead on turn 1 is kind of silly. But even in those matches, the person, whatever one big thing they ramped into on turn 4 or 5, they were left with one card in their hand. So even those matchups felt like the player that won first still had a little bit of an advantage, but it was a lot more even. So we sent them all the data from each match too. Curious if they look at it.
Yeah, emailing, voicing your opinion, all that good stuff.
Sorry, I just wanted to say I actually really like that idea of what you just said was the extra card from going second, because especially against like you're going against still green, especially when you have 2 merfolks, 3 merfolks on like turn 2, it devastates the entire thing. Because like my deck against because I mainly only run Ruby Sapphire. Go against that deck, you can't catch up even if you go first nor second. I mean, there's a possibility, but it's very hard.
Yeah, and the skipping the draw for the extra ink. Some decks want it. Some decks won't take the extra ink. Some decks will just take the drop. So it's an interesting concept.
It basically it basically favors people which are like if you want to go second and people want to actually go second instead of being like no I don't want to go second because if I go second I'm just gonna lose, right?
Yeah, exactly. There were certain decks that wanted to go second, certain decks that still wanted to go first, and it really balanced all of the games we played out. It became more of a game of who played better and drew better than who went first.
Because I feel like even
I'm gonna kick you out of the judge chat room just because.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay,
No,
sorry,
you guys are
sorry.
good. You can continue your conversation somewhere else.
Can we go down to judge too?
Sure.
Yeah. No, like I was saying, I really like your idea because it makes a lot of sense. Because like literally in this game, if you dice roll, right? You literally dice roll. You go to like literally whoever goes to the highest gets to go first. It's just like a huge more possibility of winning. Like I play literally locals and real life and stuff and everything. So the point like to the point where it's like okay, in my defense, a lot of people would think if you're a Ruby Sapphire player, wouldn't you favor going second rather than first? No,
Yeah.
because you still lose going second rather than first.
Yep.
So I really liked that idea, and I'm glad that you guys sent that idea to Ravensburg.
Yeah, we sent them. We had 200 games played, and we recorded the
Yeah.
results to send to them.
Yeah, like I think the pro player Savage, he just opted out because of or he just went out because he was just like, well, I only have 2 more games I have to win, and I can't win anyways. And he's running red blue as well too. I'm running red blue as well too. Like I literally faced one guy that was playing green steel as well too, and I beat him was primarily because I was lucky enough that he drew into things that wasn't a character. It was like I think he was at 17 or 18. And like you just needed like a character or like even just one character to set them up and everything to win. But like if someone is just like they have a broken hand and there was a green steel, like 3 merfolks or 2 merfolks, like even if it's just 1 merfolk opening hand, it's so strong where it's just like you just really can't beat into that. And
And with
the
extra ink against the green steel, like with the extra ink, you can one step ahead. And you can beat you're missing a draw, which is fine because they're gonna make you discard cards anyway. So it's a little bit of a disadvantage, but it allows you to get that one step ahead on turn 1, and it allows you to potentially be prepared to board on turn 4, and both of you go into top deck modes rather than them just completely overwhelming you and destroying you, and you having to hope to top deck everything. The game became
for me,
balanced.
it's just like I don't care about like my deck like overbeating them and all that stuff. I would rather be on even ground. That's even ground where it's about the possibility of skill, not possibility of how much characters or how much stuff I can just drop on a field and make you answer, and I win. No matter what you do, I win. You discard a card from your hand, even though as you played really well, I still win. Like, you know?
Yeah, and we gave them the option too. The thing we're testing next is in case they think the 1 extra ink is too overpowering, we also gave an option similar to Hearthstone where you can take the top card of your deck and put it into your inkwell, You still get to draw
Yeah.
your card that turn for going second, but at the end of your turn, the card you put in your inkwell from the top of your deck goes to your discard pile. So you get one turn with an extra ink, or basically a token that says you can use an extra ink whenever you want to, just like with
no,
Hearthstone.
that's yeah. I remember playing because I played Hearthstone too, and that was actually a very interesting feature where it's like, oh, here's the token that you can use to like draw an extra card if you want, you know.
Yeah.
It's or you. I think it's a draw an extra card, and I think it's used for mana too, right? If you want.
Yeah, it's just mana. It's just mana. So you use it whenever you want to use that at one extra mana. And then it goes away. But you can save it and use it on like turn 4. You can use it on turn 5 whenever you want to.
I like the idea, and honestly, if like people think that it's just unfair, then you know I kind of have like a proposition to actually add in if you don't mind. You know, like that idea where you're like, okay, turn 2, you could just use your extra card, you just ink it and everything. What if, let's say they said that's unfair, but we keep that idea, but where it's like, okay, you can have that ink and you can't use it immediately. You have to exert it for the following turn.
That would work. Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I mean, sure, like you don't get it right away, right there and then, but at least you're on second turn, you can already have like 3 inks.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much. And so I think like that's a really like a good idea, to be honest. Like it's just like I said, and even if like they release more stuff for support for different decks like Ruby Sapphire and stuff to catch up with Green Steel, for example, or aggro, it's still not going to be enough. I feel like it's just not going to be enough. There's going to be always ways where other decks are going to navigate towards back to how our current meta is. Even especially if you look at set 1 and set 2, it just has continuously been this way. And especially as a player that I play, Red Blue with, I think was I went to a league last Monday and I played Hyper Aggro, and like I won like 2 matches and lost 1, but like I mainly only played Ruby Sapphire. So it's kind of crazy how the fact that like, okay, a person that only plays Ruby Sapphire goes to aggro and can outbeat even someone that's been playing in aggro in like my shop for 6-7 months, beat that person, and I've only played hyper aggro like twice.
Yeah, and Hearthstone knew that this was going to be a problem with this type of game before they even released it, and that's why in their interactions in their testing, that's why they released it with that coin advantage for going second, because they have 2 ways to fix it. They can either do something like the coin or like to put the card in exerted instead of drawing a card, or they need to print cards that have interaction on your opponent's turn, because if you have, that's why Magic going second isn't so much of a disadvantage, because you have instant speed removal and things like that you can do on your opponent's turn, so you can interact quickly, instead of this game where there's no interaction, so whoever goes first truly has an advantage.
I agree. I was gonna say, honestly, to tell you the truth, like with this game how it is, like you know, I can tell from Savage voice and everything, like he's just frustrated because like he added in Felicia into his deck, and it does solve quite a bit of answers. The only down part of it is like it's a 3-1, right? Against Green Steel. Like I'm like for me as a Ruby Sapphire main, the main deck that I hate to play against out of every single thing. Sometimes it's okay to play with. It's Green Steel. Ruby Ams is just like it's whatever. I think it's a fair enough ground now. Yeah. But I feel like they are still a little bit more in favor, to be honest, than blue.
Yeah,
red,
I think Green Steel is busted. It has the heaviest win percentage when going first in any of the decks. Like if you go first with Green Steel and you know
I was gonna say, like if that's the case, then you know a lot of people And that's the one thing that I don't want people doing, or like, discouraging, being like, okay, I want to drop red, blue now because it sucks. I would rather go play a deck that I 1000% or almost more percentage, like 70-80%, can win more games than my favorite deck, and that's green steel. I would rather go play green steel, even though I don't know how to play this deck at all, but I know for a certain I'm just gonna win. Like,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
That's just not fair. That's just not. I feel like that's just not how this game should be run.
Yeah, and that's the issue with games like this. The good thing is Ravensburger has proven that they're willing to introduce new card types to the game.
Yeah.
The with locations in set 3, so hopefully they'll either adapt and create something other than best of 2, because best of 2 sucks. Best of 2 is so annoying.
I'm not a huge fan of it as well too, because I'm like, wait, so if I go first, then that means I can't go first anymore. My opponent has to go first now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't quite understand the logic there. 'Cause, like, if you lose, I like the idea where if you lose, you may choose to go first or second.
Yeah, exactly. So if you happen to if you go first game
yeah.
1 and happen to get a bad draw and lose, then you're just an auto loss against a bad matchup when they get to go first in the second
Yeah.
game. Not to mention, like,
And that's why
the
a
amount
lot
of
of
draws.
people today they opt to either go second rather than go first. Some people, not a majority of people have noticed, but some people would rather be like, okay, if I go second, then I know if I lose that match, then I can go first the next one, and I know I can probably get a tie. And
Yeah.
that's where it is right now, where it's like you're not going first, because if you go first, then you know that you're not going to go first the next turn.
Yeah, you're playing the tie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so weird. I'm so weird off right now, because I'm like, I was like at 18, 19, and I dropped down to like 112th place. Like, I'm just like, it's whatever. I mean, this is my first online event, so I'm having fun, but at the same time,
The same.
like,
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Yeah, it's rough, man.
Like, if I
think
knew
you
it was
played-
best
you think
of
you're higher,
2,
right?
we had a 1K Star Wars event here that I was going to go to, but I wanted to play this. If I knew this was best of 2, I probably would have went and played Star Wars. But I don't know, man. It's so weird. Like and then the play
I
draw
was gonna
rule-
say I actually would have gone and played in real life, to be honest, rather than playing on this.
Yeah.
Like,
Give me an idea of
I
the-
just like this a lot, to
the-
be honest. I'm not a fan of this.
The game itself I love, but I played in 5 set championships. I went undefeated in all 5 in the Swisses, and then in all 5 of them I lost the first round to somebody I beat 2-0 in the Swiss, because I didn't win a single die roll in the top 8 of 85 of them.
That's crazy.
So I mean, like, that's how bad
I had
the
the
play
I had the
draw
same
is.
experience, to be honest. At my game store, so I went to a place I played at like in Saturday, like last Saturday, and I got to 5th place, but it was best out of 4, not an 8 top cut. So you had to win all 4 of your games. So I was like 1 away. Playing Ruby Sapphire 1 away, which is kind of interesting. The only deck that stopped me from getting all 4 was green orange, and I think we all know that was Ruby Sapphire. Like, aggro really sucks for that deck.
Yeah.
Like, it really sucks.
Well, there was a guy. There was two
yeah.
guys. Neither one of them were very good players, to be honest with you. But they ended up winning. One of them won 3 stitches, and 1 mat, and then one of them won 4 stitches and 3 mats.
Because they were playing green
purple.
steel, and let me guess.
One
What?
was playing green purple. One was playing green steel.
Yeah, exactly. Like green, purple, green steel.
They literally won the die roll in all of their matches in top 8.
Even if you don't lose your, like, even if, let's say, you didn't win your die roll, for example, that deck can still win over other decks.
Oh yeah,
You know?
Merfolk,
So,
Shmee.
yeah.
You know, it's just like
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, like I said, it's just unfair. And, like, a lot of people were like, oh, the other way to actually beat that deck is not too bad, is if you play Steel Blue, to be honest, or Steel Sapphire, because of Grab Your Sword, or, like, Fire the Cannon, or whatever, right? Which I agree. I mean, yeah, I do agree on that because you know they don't interact. You don't discard. You use a fire a cannon or you use a baboon. It gets rid of your stuff that you're mostly afraid of, right?
Yep, and then this best of
But,
two
yeah.
format ruins that because all they have to do is sneak one game in and it's a draw. So even
Yeah.
if you meta against the aggro decks, all like best of two
Yeah.
favors aggro decks 100% because all they have to
Yeah.
do is sneak one win in and they know it's going to be at
Yeah.
least a draw.
Yeah, that's why like with me going like I'm at 126th place, but I don't understand how I went from my 80th my 81st place. I literally versed the guy that was in 5th place. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's
you know?
so weird.
Like-
It's so weird because you don't know how many draws are gonna make top 16. Because like I'm looking at this
Yeah.
the games right now. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Yeah.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. 54 tables drew this round so far.
Wow. What are you playing, by the way?
I am playing Steel Song.
Steel Song. Okay. And you're pretty high right now, right? Because of
No,
being Steel
no,
Song.
I've
No?
only lost one, but I've only won one, and the rest are draws. So like I'm
Yeah, okay.
I'm hoping to win out and somehow top 16, but the draws
Yeah,
are
I don't
just
think.
silly.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be at top 16. I'm at 126. Like I literally, as I was like, I lost my first match, then I got the bye, then I think I won my third one, then my fourth one was a tie, and then my fifth one I just like literally.
I think 5, 1, and
Lost.
3 can make top 16. But anything less than
Okay.
5, 1, and 3, I think does not make top 16.
5, 1, and 3. So you lose 3 times, you can still make it, I guess.
Losing 3
Right.
times? No. I think
No.
I think you. Well, no. I think 6 and 3. If you don't have any draws, maybe top
Okay.
16. But
Okay.
5, 1, and 3 should be. Let's see. That's so weird. 5, 1, and 3 is actually the same as 6 and 3.
Yeah,
Right?
like I said,
Are you
I
getting
literally
1
got
point for a
3.
draw?
Pardon?
Do you get 1 point for a draw now, or is it
No,
different?
I think if you get a draw, you get like 3 points. Your opponent gets 3 points, and you get 3 points.
Okay.
So
So yeah, it's weird. So yeah, 5, 1, and 3 is better than 6 and 3 then.
yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go to focus on my next match. It was nice
Yep.
talking to you, by the way, man.
Have a good one, man. Hey, appreciate you.
Yep. Take care.
Hey, you're all done here, right?
Yeah, I left, didn't I?
Okay. I'm not kicking you out here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I left.
Here you go. No, you're